Hello everyone's. I am here for 911 Season 3 Episode 4. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. So y'all, the crew show up to this building and I was looking like, well, how come nobody is in a rush to get to whatever is going on? But no, it's their mandatory fire drill. So they're at this building. Now they're already 4 minutes over their allotted time. And they was like, I wonder what the new fire marshal's gonna say. We got Fire Marshal Buck. And Buck, he is already like feeling himself a little bit like, y'all was a little late. That maybe he got off on y'all. He was doing all those things. Now, there were some people in the stairwell. Because, you know, if this is a fire, we're not using elevators. We have to walk down these stairs. So it was one man that was looking over and he kind of pulled back. And I was like, did he see somebody down there that he didn't want to see type of situation? So he puts on his glasses and next thing you know, he gets dizzy and starts having a seizure. And I just knew that he was going to fall over and just fall down. But he didn't. He ended up having a seizure and bumping into the person at the step below him, causing a domino to everybody below. Yeah, I was like, they came for a fire drill and doggone it, now they have all these people to take care of because this man then had a seizure in the stairwell. And then we get this lawyer, he pops up. What does he say? Okay. He pops up and says, I seen everything. This building isn't compliance with the American Disability Act. And I was like, who said he was disabled? I didn't catch that. He was walking fine. He put some shades on because it seemed like his ass was hurt for a minute. But I didn't get disabled. He didn't have to let that man know, like, you might want to wait until we're in the ambulance before you start chasing it. I was like, yes, go ahead and tell him. Because he already got his card out. I seen what happened. This building is complying with the American Disability Act. And I'm like, who told you that he was disabled? The man had a seizure. All the way through ambulance chasing, and the ambulance wasn't even going yet. So Maddie, she is having some sort of PTSD because she's having dinner with Chimney, and he's saying how Buck, he is taking this job too seriously, and he being a little pushy. And she was like, if that ain't the pot calling the kettle black. And he was like, excuse me, because y'all know when Buck was when Chimney was in charge, he was doing a little bit too much extraness. But it's like, that was different. And like, she drops a plate and like immediately freezes up and reverts back to being with her husband. Like, if she drops something, he gonna get mad. He gonna start beating on her. He gonna start being very disrespectful to her. And like, Chimney goes to touch her and she like jumps and freaks out. And he's like, okay, it's me. You know, I'll get a broom. Don't touch that. She's like, no, I gotta get out of here. Everything's fine. I was like, yeah, it's PTSD. I don't know if she's actually gone to a counselor to get that under control. But it seems like this kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? She has a call later, and I think this call that she has later on has a lot to do with her PTSD and her not really taking care of that at all. I can't think of the word I'm talking about. I be having words all day, and sometimes I just can't think of the word when I'm doing a video. So my boy Christopher, he been having nightmares since the tsunami, and I was like, I kind of knew this was gonna happen because that was a traumatic experience. Like, being sucked up in waves, being knocked off a boat, being separated from the person you were with. It was a lot. And then a lot of people died. It was just a lot. So Eddie takes him to a psychiatrist. And it seems like he's fixated on one particular woman who drowned. Because he's been drawing a lot of pictures of her. And he doesn't understand, like, what is the significance of this one woman when a lot of people were hurt. But we're going to get to that later on. So Maddie gets a call from this lady who has called multiple times and never says anything. But this time, she was about to say, she said something, but she couldn't really finish because some dude like appears. And she doesn't want to send the police over there because it can make matters worse. Like, Maddie called back and the husband picked up the phone. So Maddie was acting like, okay, for $49.99 you can get this, that, and the third. He's like, we don't want that to take our name off your call log. Like, I understand that feeling of like, don't be calling my house no more. This ain't got nothing to do with the show. I got a new phone number like last year. And the person who had the phone number before, I guess he owed a lot of bills. So now several times a day they call and asking and looking for him. Like, well, you know where he's at? I don't know him, period. I just got this number last year. I can't help you out. But, yeah. Now, lawyer dude, he doesn't want to sue the building. He wants to sue the city because the firefighters were slow at their response. And he wants Buck to get on control. Like, didn't you work for the fire department? Didn't they fire you for some blood thinner situation? And Buck's like, I'm not finna go against, it's my family, it's my people. We not finna do that. I'm not suing anybody. But I was like, I already knew when dude came to Buck with that. I was like, this not gonna turn out good. It is not. And I don't want this for the show. Because I love this show. And I don't want nobody to be divided on this show. So, we have... What's her name? Can't even think of her name right now. Paula J. Parker. That's her name. She's driving down the street with her kids, with her sons. I don't know what it is. It looked like something's on my chin, but it's not. I think it's the reflection from outside because I got my windows up and to get a little bit more light. But I was looking like, what is that on my chin? It looked like I'm ashy, but I'm not. Anyways, Paula J. Parker, she driving down the street with her sons, and her sons, they doing what boys do. They're harassing and annoying each other. I know this well because I have two nephews, 12 and 10, who love to harass each other. We'll be fighting with each other, and 2 seconds later playing with each other. So I know that situation all too well. So she's driving down the street, and she's on like this hill, windy road situation with like a cliff on the side. Yeah, too much was going on for her not to be paying attention. She turns around and yells at them. When she turns back, there is a semi, so she has to like swerve out the way. And I'm like, I thought it was going right then and there. So she stops. It's like, oh my goodness. They laughing in the background because the face she made when she thought she was about to hit them, I'm like, y'all could have been gone. Y'all could have been in the arms of the angels. Y'all over here laughing. She's like, she goes to turn the wheel of the car and the whole side of the road collapses. I'm like, no, I don't accept that. Nope, not gonna do it. Okay, I don't know what that said. It's talking about a mouse pad. Oh, I guess I was trying to put mountain and mouse pad popped up. Now, y'all, this reminds me so much when I'm going from Evansville, Indiana to Columbus, Georgia, because my family, we go back and forth. I used to, when I lived in Georgia, go back and forth to Evansville, Indiana, driving. And in Mount Eagle, Tennessee, when you're going, like, you have to go, and when you're going from Georgia to Indiana, you go up the mountain in Mount Eagle, and when you're going from Indiana to Georgia, you're going down the mountain. Well, when you're going down the mountain, on the right side, it's basically the only thing that keeping you from going off the edge is this little metal, y'all know on the side, the little metal things that keep you from going over. That is the only thing that's going to keep you on the road. So you're going down the mountain. There is some twists and turns. And only thing on this side is trees that is going down, all the way down, hundreds and hundreds of feet. So anytime I'm going through Mount Eagle, going down the mountain, your girl gets scared, especially if we driving at nighttime. Now, you could already know when you in Mount Eagle, because when you're going down the mountain, your ear starts to pop because you're going from high elevation to low elevation. Same way when you're going up the mountain, you're going from low elevation to high elevation. So I could be minding my business trying to take a nap, and my ears pop. I already know that I'm in Mount Eagle, and if I'm going down the mountain, I need to be on alert. I don't know why I need to be on alert because I'm not driving, but it's 2 lanes for the cars. I believe it's 2 lanes. It's been a minute, y'all. And you're going down the mountain. There's some turns and curves, but all of you is this little metal like situation on the side. It's only thing that's between you and just going down this cliff. I want to say cliff, but it's like nothing but trees all the way down. I'm hoping that makes sense to y'all, but that's what that reminded me of. So one of the sons calls like, hey, 911. We were in an accident. And I was like, why are you whispering? He don't want to talk too loud because he don't want to wrestle the car. When the crew gets there, okay, the crew has to figure out how to get all 3 of them out of the car, because it looks like, from what I saw, I could be completely wrong. It looked like the only thing that was holding the car up was a bush going down this like cliff. Yeah, like the car right here and a bush right here. And this bush was keeping the car from moving. So I'm like, child, I was over here. I was going through my things. I got to grabbing my arm. I got to shaking my hand. I'm like, child, I was getting nervous. Even though I know this isn't real, it still be doggone getting me every time. Okay, where am I at? Okay, the car starts to drop even more, putting the team in harm because they in harnesses trying to get the mama out because she's knocked unconscious, trying to get both sons out. Okay, at this point, the car is just kind of like dangling there. We get the youngest son out. He's fine. We get the mama now. She's unconscious, so we have to get the little, it's not a crate. It's like, how can I explain this? I need to get my prop, but I don't feel like getting up to get it. It's this like bucket, like body size bucket. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They put the mama in that. So now it's the oldest son to get out. When I tell you, Chimney got this young man out just in time because the road above was breaking away. And we're using the fire truck to latch onto the car to keep it from moving. And he just got out of the nick of time. It's like, we got to cut this car and get it off the truck because the top is breaking off. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was so in my feelings and so nervous. And after that, the brothers, they was embracing each other and hugging each other. Like, yeah, we just had this traumatic experience. I was like, child. So, where are we at? Okay. Bobby has to tell Buck that he was the one that let the department heads know that he wasn't 100%. Bobby has to think about the other firefighters. It's like, say you come back and we're on an emergency call and something happens to you. Now my team has to break off and help the people that we're initially trying to help, and then we have to help you. And that's putting my team at risk. And like, that's putting the patient at risk. And he didn't want to do that. He was looking out for Buck. But Buck is just seeing it as y'all trying to replace me. Because, wait a minute. That's how he feels, trying to replace me. Now, y'all, Maddie, she been going through with this whole episode when she had that little PTSD moment. And I thought she was going to run the husband over because she over there stalking homegirl's house that called. And she just waiting outside. And it was like, is that the only house in the area? Because it looked like she was in their driveway almost. But maybe that was just the angle. So he's outside and she revs up the car and like she was headed towards him and swerves off. I was like, I'm going to need you to get this under the control because you done already had a thing to do a background check on this man. You stalking a lady. You was doing too much. So Buck, he goes to that lawyer like, I'm all in. What you need me to do? And the lawyer tells him that basically, you cannot talk to anybody over at that fire station. You can't do that. He was already in his feeling because when he went there earlier, like Ronda Rousey character kind of covered up his name, and it just used the bead and put her name over the rest of it. And he's mad about that. Like, he's feeling replaced. He's in his feelings like, y'all replacing me. You didn't want me to come back. You didn't want to tell the people that I shouldn't come back. I'm going to do everything I can to get back. But he's looking at I'm ready to get back and not looking at it his health-wise and Bobby looking out for him. So, y'all, we had these two sisters. And, child, they fight like cats and dogs. They fighting over all they mama's stuff. Who gonna get mama's blender? Who gonna get mama's ring? Mama bought you a condo. Well, I paid mama back for the condo. Like, all of these things. But one of the sisters like, okay, just make sure that you keep the mama's ring in the family. Just do that for me. So they out there drinking, having a good time, having margaritas. Well, we get a call, and one of the sisters who did not get the ring from the mom, she was like, okay, you over asleep? Let me put this ring on my finger. Huge mistake, because when she put the ring on her finger, her whole hand swelled up. Both hands was on swole. The ring on her finger, her hand was just extra swollen and looked extra nasty, and it had all these blisters on it. It was a lot. And Chimney lets us know it's margarita burn, because when citrus is in hot temperature, it causes a reaction. And I was like, oh, that was so nasty. But Hen has to cut the ring off. But the sister who has possession of the ring is like, it's hers, and mama gave it to her. It's like, nah, I ain't trying to get, like, she would rather her sister's finger fall off. Like, it's already like on stage purple, blue, and the next stage is black, and then we falling off. But she rather that happen because she done sold the ring. I already got money up front. And the sister's like, I know you didn't sell this ring. So they have to cut it off. Well, Hen cuts it off and breaks it into two pieces. At first, I was like, okay, if we cut a little bit and get it off, y'all can just solder it back together. Go somewhere and get it soldered back together. But Hen broke it in two pieces, like, sharing is caring. I was like, yes, but that was extra nasty. Eddie finds out that Christopher has been having nightmares about his mom. Like, he got pictures of, like, this woman calling for help in the water, and then he like recognized the picture as being mom. I guess, I don't know if he was calling for his mom for help, or he thought his mom needed help, but that's what he's been having a nightmare about. And he didn't want to tell Eddie because he didn't want Eddie to be sad. And I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Christopher is the dude. That's my dude right there. He's like, he didn't want his daddy to be sad, so that's why he didn't want to tell him. See, man, I love me some Christopher, yo. Buck lets Bobby know that he is suing him and the city for wrongful termination. I was like, I didn't want this to happen because it's going to put Buck against the whole team. And Bobby was only looking out for Buck's interests. And that's it. So, Maddie, wait a minute. Maddie didn't stop the caller lady at her job. Showed up. Oh, ma'am, can you help me out with this? Yeah, I'm a trainer. Okay, cool. We can train together. Yada, yada, yada. Like, you stalking this lady at her house, at her job. You doing all of these things. I don't know what's going on. Like, Maddie, she's usually correct about, like, her feelings about things. But, like, after their little workout session, the husband shows up. And, like, Maddie's getting this, like, uneasy feeling. Like, she don't know what to do with herself type of situation. But I was like, I'm going to need Maddie to get this together. Because you going off the rails right now. You stalking this woman at her house and at her job. I was like, child. So that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people. If you're returning, you a family member, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over here and be one of my peoples. And this is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.